Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 181 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know who ain't here, though?
And that fool blazer, Ramon.
But you know who is here.
Jonni.
And we will forever be
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
round two, baby.
Yeah.
Round two. The consistency with this dealing with ambiguity stuff. Love it. Love it. Love it. Makes us stronger. What's good, bro? How you doing?
We good. We chilling. We chilling. If you want to know what the hell Juac's talking about, you got to subscribe to be a member so you can hear the bootleg episode of the podcast. You hear all the mistakes and everything.
Yeah.
Anyways, how you doing, bro?
All the conversations before the major conversation. So if you want an extra 45 minutes to the typical 2.5 to 3 hour conversation.
If what you're saying after you finish this 3-hour episode is I need more of those two guys talking nonsense back and forth, I have a subscription for you.
Oh, man. Yep. All right. Well, you guys are in for a treat because you have a Juac and Kuest episode. Dave couldn't make it today, but that's all right. We'll have a little bit, I guess, we'll have some less one-liners and zingers, but I'll try my best, you know. But he'll be here next week, so.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes, sir. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Trying to keep this energy up right now. Drinking my vodka and black coffee right now, so I could bring.
That's a
so I
wild
could bring this to the
combination.
episode. How do you figure?
It's just I just never had, like, I've mixed alcohol with vodka, but typically like whiskey or something brown, maybe even like dark rum, but white gin or vodka with coffee. I just feel like those flavor combos, they don't accent each other and elevate the other, but I don't know. I'm just on my Food Network shit, I guess.
I think it's because it's Tito's, and Tito's mixes well with like water and shit like that, because you don't really taste it once it's mixed in. Like,
that's fair.
There is a flavor to it, but it actually adds some sort of a sweetness to it, because bitter black coffee, anything added to that is gonna switch it up for the better, I guess.
Yeah.
I do like black coffee though, and people usually do like Baileys and shit like that. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. No. Like, Baileys or JMO or some Irish whiskey or something like that. Yeah. That's the typical shit. But anyways, that's
I just do what I got to do. And on top of that, I'm trying to come down on this weight. So
okay, yeah.
Tito's is zero carbs,
everything.
0 calories, 0 everything.
I don't know about 0, but it's.
I looked it up, man. Should have 0 across the board. Maybe I fact check that, but
yeah, we might have to fact check that.
Oh man, but I know it's one of the better stuff for.
I'm sure,
for
yeah.
shit
It's still, yeah. It's the lowest. I do believe it's like the lowest.
Word.
In those contents areas, still the best option when it comes to any of those.
Yeah, I used to do gin and tonics, but I found out that there's a ton of sugar in tonics.
Tonic is just all sugar water.
Yeah, exactly. So that turned out not to be the best option.
That's why I was on my Tito's and soda shit, because soda water is nothing but water and carbonation. And Tito's is, as you said, very low, if not 0 carb. And so it's basically, one of the lower carb drinks that I could have. And that was my shit for the longest time. No real answer why I kind of don't do that as often anymore. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. We go through phases with that shit. Now,
probably.
everybody is gonna be like, oh yeah, those shitty ass drinks Juac was drinking are worth it because he looks amazing. This is what they're gonna say a few months from now.
Yeah.
When I'm back to the old Juac, that for those of you who've known me longer than 4 years, than the 3 years from this pod, yeah, I was actually thin and handsome for a little while, but I'm back, baby. I'm coming back.
You were thinner. I don't know about the handsome part, but
I mean, I gotta hype myself up in some way, bro. You gotta speak it into existence.
no
Shit.
doubt.
And just shoot me down like that. Damn. But I feel you. Condolences to my girl for that. 'Cause she has to deal with whatever the fuck I look like. Oh man. But other than that, man, everything's good, bro. Everything is has been looking up on the up and up, So how you showing up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Things are looking good. I got no
complaints.
No complaints. My Bucks won yesterday. One of the few NFL teams. Well, I guess half of the teams won, half of them lost. But
I was gonna say, every game had a winner for sure.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess one of the few popular ones or unpopular ones. I don't know. Amongst my friends, most of them lost last night or the night before. So, I'm the only one with the shittiest team on a 1-0 record.
And I'm coming in feeling real good too because our Insensitive Culture Fantasy Football
That's right.
League, I won the first week's matchup.
There you go.
So I dominated on that one. So I'll take that. I'll take that small W. I don't know how the rest of the thing will pan out, but you know what? I'll take the weekly win.
Word.
I'm happy about it.
Yeah. It's fun. I'm glad people decided to join and have some fun with us. And, maybe next year we'll make it a little more interesting or we'll do some different types of shit. But for now, I'm more impressed that we convinced 10 suckers to join and and have a freaking little season together. So I'm mad proud of the little crew we done built up that
together.
Yeah, for sure. And it's fun. A little smack talk here and there, never hurt nobody.
Yeah, and this year, for those of you in case you missed it, for this year it was just free because we wanted to try something out and entice some of y'all to come through. Some of our listeners to come through and join it.
Yeah,
a little free one. And next year we'll see how everybody's feeling, and we may up the ante, put some money down, and make it a little more interesting. And also. We are working on a Discord, so we want to build a little community, and we'll definitely have a sports section there where we will post things up as well as mentioning it on the show, but just another spot for people to talk shit. It's just gonna be it's dope. It's dope. We love when people talk shit, so a little friendly competition never hurt nobody.
Not at all. And we'll after we do questions, we'll go through the little sports or not
Absolutely.
sports, but our our fantasy highlights of what happened throughout last weekend, and just see who won what.
Facts.
Yeah,
me. I ain't a sports guy, so that's just gonna be part of the news, baby.
No doubt.
I'm trying my best. Everybody knows. Even Dave knew. He was like, I never done fantasy football. I do have a favorite team. I was into it for a little bit, but I'm not the biggest sports guy. Never have been. So I'm trying here, all right? That's why I'll take that weekly win, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
It's all good.
But since we're talking about segments, why don't we go with the first one?
Question.
All right, Dave threw a couple questions at me, and I had he threw one question at me, honestly, and then I had a couple other ones. Let's see which one. Let's see which one we should do this. All right, if this was a question that someone at work actually asked, and it kind of created a little bit of a debate. Wish Dave was here to kind of throw in on the debate, but we'll ask it anyway. If you bought someone a lotto ticket and they win $100 million, would you expect them to give you any money?
It's a little something, but not like, I'm not expecting like half or 5 million or anything like wild like that. Like I wouldn't even expect $1 million. Like, I don't know.
If they didn't come up to you and offered it, would you be kind of tight, and would you press them on it? Like, would you ask them about it?
I would never press anybody on it, but I would absolutely be talking shit for mad long and from
depending
now
on who it
is,
is, though, right?
I don't think that it really depends on who it is. I think I would be talking if they never came up to me. If they never it'd be, I don't know why I would buy somebody a lotto ticket, but maybe we were all like, oh, I'm on my way to the store to buy some lotto tickets. Oh, yo, cop me one too, and I cop for somebody else.
Yeah. Sometimes people
if they pay
buy
me back
lotto
for
tickets
it,
for birthday presents.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm going to somebody's birthday
true.
present, somebody's birthday that I don't really know, but like not that I don't really know, but we're just not like friends like that, but maybe we're acquaintances or something like that. You're invited to the shindig. You want to give something. Some people give lotto tickets. So in that situation,
that's just a weird like gift to give someone. I think
it is.
It's like
it is.
Like, oh, okay, thanks for spending $2 on me, bro. I appreciate it. Like,
I mean, it got to be like $10 couple lotto tickets.
Yeah, I guess you do like a $10 quick pick or some shit. But if somebody gave me like some shit, or rather, if I bought somebody lotto tickets for their birthday, let's say, and they ended up hitting on one of those, I would just be like, yo, I would, I don't know if I would know, actually. What would I do? Like snap photos of their numbers? But I guess if I did somehow find out that they hit, and they hit off of one of the tickets I got. See that news article
come up in your local news.
I would.
They hit.
I would probably reach out and be like, "Yo, congrats! I'm so happy that shit worked out." And if they're just like, "Thanks, bro," and that's it, and they kept it moving, then, like I said, I would never press them on it.
You'd be tight,
but I would definitely be tight. Yeah, I would be talking so much shit. I'm like, damn, my nigga couldn't even hit me off with a stack, like just 1,000. Here's 1,000 for hooking it up.
Yeah, I feel you. If it's somebody I know, like if I gifted you for whatever reason a lotto ticket for $100 million, and you ain't even like, not necessarily you ain't hit me up, but you ain't acknowledged or anything and ain't hit me off, then I might talk a little shit to you. I'd be like, damn, bro, you couldn't even hit me off because we close like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nah, yeah. If it's somebody else, I'm gonna be talking so much shit in my head. I'm just not gonna.
Oh, I'll talk mega.
But I'm
shit.
not. Yeah, I'm just not gonna call somebody I barely know. Like, let's say it's a coworker that we're just.
Yeah.
We had a little party at the office. Let me get him some lotto tickets.
Yeah.
But we not
years of talking shit. I would be talking shit for years about this person.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yo, this actually happened. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was 100 million, but I know it was like hundreds of thousands.
Mm-hmm.
Right. My mother has a friend, and obviously it's an older person. He has a habit of buying all the lotto tickets. They always have that ritual. They buy a bunch of lotto tickets, blah, blah, blah. So every time he bought lotto tickets, he bought it from the same place, and he would buy the cashier a lotto ticket too, like 1 or 2 lotto tickets or whatever, and just gift it to him. And then, he'll keep his stack of like 20 or whatever, however many.
I already see where this is going.
Did that thing, bought the lotto ticket, came back, the following week or whatever it was to buy his weekly lotto tickets, and the girl wasn't there. And he asked the person, he's like, "Oh, where'd that girl? She's always here. What happened? Oh, she she won the lotto and she quit." And it ended up being the ticket that he gave her, and his wife was just so heated about, like, she was giving it. Obviously, he already felt like shit, and his wife is just like giving, you have to buy her a lotto ticket, blah, blah, blah. And he was tight.
You can't get mad at shit like that.
Yeah, you can't.
Because you would never have bought that ticket. Like, you bought an extra ticket and you gave it to this, this cashier. It's not like I always buy 5 and I'm going to give you one of my 5. It's like I buy my 5 and then I buy a 6th one for you because you're so nice. And you help me out,
he like shook him up and then
or something like, this one's for you of all the, whatever. Even if I buy 5 and I give you one of my 5. If I do that every week, then you really don't buy 5, you buy 4 and you give her 1, right? So that was never going to be your ticket. You can't get mad. You just have to,
just gotta eat it.
Give it to the universe. Give it back.
It's not even the fact. Like, of course, you're thinking logically in a situation where this isn't
I'm a
affecting
logical
you
person
right now, but you would still be hot. Like, fuck.
No, this is how I calm myself down from that heatedness, because I absolutely would be hot. Yeah, so like just a couple weeks ago, I think it was a couple weeks ago or about a month ago or so, there was like a big ass $1 billion or over $1 billion prize in the Powerball or Mega Millions, one of those. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah. A couple times.
But it was I think our boy Swerve. He had hit me up and he had showed me his numbers, and he missed it by only, I think, 2, maybe 3 numbers, but I think it was like 2 numbers. So he ended up still winning, but it was like,
winning,
I don't
something.
know, $200-300 or some shit. Like, it was nothing, nothing at all towards the prize pool. But he was tight because he was like, God damn, like I was just 2 numbers off, right? So then I asked him, like, or I think he told me some of the numbers. And when I seen the numbers, I was like, this is very odd numbers. Like, it seems like very specifically, those look like some sort of birthdays or anniversaries or something. And then he told me that, that was like his mom's birthday and his kid's birthday or something like that.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, in that case, you can't get mad because you were never going to pick the numbers that ended up hitting. You were playing specific numbers.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to let it go to the universe. You can't get tight. I know you are tight because you were only 2 numbers off from $1 billion, but you were never going to play those other 2 numbers that hit. So, that's, you just got to, wipe that shit off your shoulders, because if not, you fucking go crazy, man.
Yeah, especially $1 billion, bro. Like, even though, like, I know after taxes it's only like 450 million, but damn, 450 million.
I don't know. That's 1 million, bro.
Right, 1 million. I'd be fucking happy as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Give me anything. I mean, give me a few $1,000s right now, and I'd be fucking ecstatic.
Facts.
But yeah, no, I feel you. It's just the thought of it. It's the thought of fuck. It was right there, and it could have been me. But you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's like you were never meant to have that, or else you would.
Exactly.
All right.
That's how I have to. That's the only way I can justify and calm down from madness. It's like, if it's meant for me, it would have happened.
sometimes because obviously we only have the view of our own lives, like because I've never met someone who's won the lotto, like, you know, obviously like to where it changed their fucking lives, right? Like my mom hit the 4 numbers where she won like 5 stacks or something like that. And I'm always telling her, because she's always getting mad because she does the same thing, right? She plays these random numbers that do correlate with like different things. She looks at a license plate. She's like, oh, those are nice numbers, right? And every time like my birthday comes out,
What is?
it'll be like
I
this
still find that
random
funny.
ass
Like,
time
what's
that
a
like
nice number? My grandmother used to do the same thing. Oh, she would like watch the baseball games and shit. And she'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, write this number down, 320. Was looking at the either the outfield like wall or like whatever the box score ended up being. She'd be like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, well, but why those numbers? Like,
right.
that's funny.
They just look nice. They look
Yeah,
nice.
they look nice. Exactly. Like, what are nice looking numbers?
Every time, it never fails. Anytime like my birthday comes out, she's like, "Oh, you should have played your birthday. You should have played your birthday, and you would have won." I'm like, "Mom, do you understand that trying to hit these very specific numbers every single day, I'm gonna spend X amount of dollars,
Right?
In order, like, I'm like, how often do you buy tickets?" She's like, "Well, you know, like every other day or something like that." Okay, well, how much do you spend when you buy tickets? Oh, maybe like $5, $6. All right, cool. So every other day you spend $5 and $6. When was the last time you actually won?
Right.
I don't know. It was a long time ago. Okay, so let's average it out to, you know, let's just say within 1 year. And I did the math, and I'm like, this is how much you spent on losing lotto tickets. So when you hit that $5,000, if you're not breaking even, you are still in the hole. Right. So, like, are you actually winning? And she's just like, shut up.
Right. You ruin it. The other thing, too, is like when they're like, oh, you should have played your birthday. But it's like, which combination of my birthday is the one that hit? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, there's always, like, different ways of putting it so that it hits those 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever numbers it is.
You gotta play it. You gotta play a box. And it's never my birthday, like, because my birthday is September 10th, 9/10. So it's like, it's never my birthday. Creepy. It's always, what'd you say?
Don't be creepy to the listeners.
It'll be like 019 or you know, 109 or 190, and it's like, see, it's your birthday.
Yeah, it's like, not really.
Yeah, is it not though? Really. Whatever, man.
Word.
Lotto is one of those things where I don't like. Sometimes I don't even believe that it's a real thing that someone you know, someone won that was actually like someone down on their luck, just like me, and then won this, and their whole life changed. I don't know. I see the pictures, I see the videos of people accepting it, and you know, the news shit, but just be hard to accept because I don't know somebody personally that went through it.
Oh man, and if you did, I'd be hitting them up for investment dollars.
Word. All right. Question 2. Would you rather drive a busted whip that's always breaking down and having issues, or a new luxury whip, but there's no music or podcasts allowed? Like, you can't play any kind of music or anything.
Versus a busted whip
that's always breaking down. I'll take the luxury whip with no music, no nothing.
Yeah,
I'll sit in silence
like
in a nice.
Like, it doesn't allow me to play my phone in the cup holder? Like, I'll just do that. Yeah, like, I had a car with no radio for probably like 3 years. I brought a Bluetooth speaker into the car and I just used that for like 3 years.
I'm pretty sure if Dave was here, he would say something like all audio devices would just like
magically stop working inside the doors.
In the doors, which is
Whatever.
fine for me.
Yeah.
I currently drive a busted ass vehicle. It doesn't always break down, but it needs work enough. It has a lot of mileage on it. Trust me, the music and the podcast help a tiny bit, but not that much. I will take the luxury whip with no fucking music. It doesn't bother me to sit in silence. I'm good. I will do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I also have had really busted whips and have had to deal with bullshit over the years on all kinds of shit that I've done to increase the longevity of the cars that I've had because I couldn't afford to get them fixed. And yeah, that shit sucks. That is a much bigger pain in the ass than having to hum to myself every time I drive my car. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's annoying for sure, but nowhere as annoying as having to deal with a freaking, busted ass car.
Yeah, fuck all that. I'm not dealing with any busted ass whips. Not if I didn't have to. I would choose the luxury whip with that works just fine. Fuck the music. Fuck the podcast.
Right.
I will drive in silence. You know how many times working at the fruit stand before where I would just get in the car and just drive to the hum of the road.
Facts.
Yeah, you just need that silence, bro.
Yeah. Sometimes
I forget to put shit on now. I was like, I'm good. And I'm perfectly fine with that. It's not until I remember, let me put a podcast on. I'm good.
Two in your head.
Word, yeah, exactly. Start thinking about crazy shit. The thing with the fruit stand, I used to drive in silence. First, I would sit there and just listen to my engine for a little bit. I'd finally take off. And then you ever get on the highway and then you just zone out, and then you get to a part of the highway where you're like, oh shit, how the fuck did I get to this point? You just be so lost in the silence and in your head.
I'm sure it's happened in the past.
Yeah, it hasn't happened to me in a long time, but I think those were the days when it would happen.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Last question.
All right.
If you had to eat one human body part, what would it be? Gun to your head, you have to pick a part of this human body to eat. What do you think would be the part that you would easily get down and actually eat?
I guess a thigh?
That's a good one. I think a thigh.
I was going to say
it's
booty
meaty
cheek,
enough.
but that might be too fatty.
Oh, facts.
So I'm going to go with a thigh. I think that'll be nice and meaty and juicy.
Yeah. If it was a gun to my head, man, yeah. I guess you're right. It was cooked. Maybe a piece of I don't know. I was thinking maybe an abdomen or something, but that might be too tough.
Yeah, it might be tight.
If it was not for survival, it was just gun to my head, I'm in a saw situation and they're forcing me to eat a body part and I just have to pick which one, I'll probably say the pinky toe and just swallow that bitch.
That's fair. Yeah, that's right. You didn't say I had to enjoy it.
No. No, just chop that bitch off and just swallow that bitch like a pill. You might have some hesitation there. Your body just might hesitate on swallow that thing, but I'll get that bitch down, son.
Yeah, it'd still be pretty rough.
Oh my God, that would be so fucking disgusting. Because I was thinking about it, like, if I try to chew on a pinky toe or just a toe, your mind would just stop you from doing it.
Oh, pinky toe. Yeah, that's like that's definitely chew territory.
That's chewy. The cartilage in the toe. Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go with the thigh. Either way, I'm gonna stay there.
They said that really the only thing like that would keep you from, because you can easily bite one of your fingers off and just like eat it, like, you know, like chew it off. But the only thing that keeps you from doing that is your brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because who the fuck would want to do that? But I'm just saying, just like when you try to bite your finger, like you just know that.
Yeah. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, that you don't want to do that. So there's the hesitation. You will bite just enough to feel like you're biting it, but you won't. But you can easily just bite your fucking finger off.
Yeah. Thank God that the human body, because yeah.
That's some random ass shit,
no,
right?
Thank you.
He said no, thank you. Fuck that. All right, yeah, that's all I had for questions. All right, so let's get into some actual important shit. I don't know. I'll play it anyway, even though we're gonna get into some fantasy football or some actual football highlights. But
you know what it's time for. News clips.
Yes, news clips. Before news clips, sports clips, fantasy sports clips. I don't know. This was really, even though questions is Dave's section, this is even more of Dave's section. So I'm just gonna go through the matchups here for the IC Fantasy Football League, and really just point out who forgot that we were playing. Apparently, Sweet Chin Music, who I took down 122 to 66. They had the lowest score of the week, 66.82. Sweet Chin Music. Who's Sweet Chin Music? Who is this?
I can look that up.
Oh, that's my brother Danny.
Oh, that's
brother
right.
Danny scored the lowest points of the week. Unfortunately. Not sure what happened there. Let's see. Week 1. Dak Prescott was the starting quarterback. He barely did anything, which is weird because they whooped the Giants' ass 40-0, but he only put 6 fantasy points up. Very, very bad week for Dak Prescott in the fantasy football world. Let's see, what else did he have? He really only had one good scoring player, was Nick Chubb. And the rest of his players, they didn't really perform. And he had another player with 0 points, Higgins on Cincinnati. That was a really shocking upset there. Cincinnati barely did anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I think they got their ass whooped by Cleveland. I can't remember if they
so bad.
Even scored more than 3 points. It might have been 3. I think they either had 3 or maybe no. Matter of fact, I know they did not have 3 actually, because I had this long shot bet that I put $4 to win 400 type thing, and it was for every team to score a field goal in the 1:00 games. I thought that would be a little bit more possible to hit on the first week of the NFL, and only 2 teams didn't hit a field goal in the 1:00 games on Sunday. So again, it was one of those things where I was like, damn it, if only those 2 teams would have hit, I would have, came off $400 richer. That would have been really nice. But no, didn't happen. Anyways, I whooped Danny's ass. Sorry, Danny. Better luck next time. I'm sure there'll be a rematch later on this season.
I'll shoot him some grace. And Danny couldn't make it to
the draft? Oh, so he auto-drafted
everything
his whole
was
team.
Yeah, he auto-drafted. Yeah. So I'll shoot him some grace.
I'll give him a little grace for that, even though half of my team was auto-drafted.
Sure.
I'll give him some grace on there. However, there is one team that had the biggest blowout of the week, and that was Juac's team Fox.
Yes.
Juac's team Fox had the biggest blowout of the week, 135.54 versus 78.44 for Milanos and Milk. Milanos and Milk. Who's that? Alyssa.
Alyssa, yeah, Dave's sister.
Yeah. Sorry, Alyssa. Didn't work out for you this week.
Hey, it was my birthday weekend. I won. I won this. That's why I said I took it. I'll take this win, and my Falcons won on my birthday. So it was a good weekend.
There you go.
It was a good weekend for me.
That is a good weekend. Let's see who moving on here. JJ's Knights pummeled Dirty D's Love Jungle. Dirty D was talking mad shit about your auto draft, and yet he only put up 69 points yesterday. What's going on with that, bro?
Yeah.
No excuses.
Do better.
Lamar Jackson barely did anything. He thought he had a squad with Lamar. He thought he had a squad. Who we got? Lamar Jackson, Jamar Chase. Good draft picks, Joe Mixon. But these people did nothing this weekend. They put up barely any points. Bad move there. And the Kansas City defense, which a lot to happen on that opening game versus the Detroit Lions last week on the kickoff. Anyways, moving on. Keith Master unfortunately lost to Blazer Ramon. Not a big blowout, but 102-88.
Okay.
I like these. I like some of these team names. So let's see. Keith Master. You gotta come up with a name, bro. You can't just stick with Swell Team all year long, bro. You need something on top of the automatic team names. I think my favorite team name here though is the Lizzo Defense. I really do think that Bueno Jr. really hooked it up and he came out strong. I was like, ooh, the Lizzo Defense. That was an old episode title. Good callback.
Yeah.
I got
shout out to Leo, man. Leo's he be repping the pod. So
absolutely
all the way out in San Jose, I believe, on Cali. So
yeah, West Coast. He's gonna have to link up with Dave soon.
I keep telling him.
Do a fan meetup.
Yes, sir.
But,
I'll definitely link up with him whenever I go visit Dave too. So,
but he actually he played against Jeremy, who also has a pretty dope team name, To Affinity and Bijan. I like that one.
I did like that one.
And he actually won that game this week, 114-92. So well done there. And I'm pretty sure that's everybody, right? Yeah, Dirty D, Keith Master lost to Dave. Just 5 matchups, small league, but it's fun. I like it so far. Once we build this Discord out, we can keep talking shit back and forth as we like to do.
Yeah, man, and I encourage all of you to put your friends on, obviously to the pod, but also once we release a Discord, have them come into there and, let's talk some shit. Get me in, I'm trying to get into sports too. So I would love to talk shit on the same level as the rest of you. So we'll keep this shit going and we'll have some fun. It makes it fun. It makes me want to watch it. It makes us all just enjoy it a little bit more.
A little bit more.
But well done. Well done.
Yeah. So week 2 matchups coming up, just so y'all are aware. I will be playing against Keith Master's Swell Team, which hopefully will have a better team name by the time next week shows up. JJ's Knights are playing against To Affinity and Bijan. Sweet Chin Music, that's my brother Danny's playing against Dirty D. The Lizzo Defense, Leo's playing against Alyssa, Milanos, and Milk. And Blazer Ramon versus Juac's team's Fox. So the battle of IC starts early in week 2. And that one's actually the most evenly matched up, I think, with the projected points. They got Juac's team at 102 and Dave at 103. So that's pretty much an even projection. Everybody else, a little bit more disparity there, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
I was gonna talk some shit, but I'll just I'll reserve that for Dave once.
Right. This is, like I said, this is Dave's section. He's supposed to go hard here.
I'm just happy. I'm happy with winning week 1. And and I'm gonna keep the shit talking to as much of a minimum as I can.
No doubt.
Unless I play the rest of you bums because y'all about to lose. All right.
Anyways, just sticking on the sports ball a little bit here. I was fortunate enough to go to the Jets-Bills game last night, Monday Night Football at MetLife Stadium, just down the road from me. Had a pretty decent time with the tailgating. Even I was a little nervous because it was raining on and off the whole time, but ended up being okay. And like literally as soon as we parked the car, the rain subsided and we busted everything out: cornhole, grilling, drinks. Nice. We had a good time. And game though, it seemed like it was exciting getting in, and you've seen the players run out, and it's 9/11, so they're doing the national anthem, and the players are running out with the flag, and real exciting stuff. And then the game starts, and we're here to watch one of the greatest quarterbacks that we've seen in our history now, in a new team, a whole new squad. Things supposed to be big, big futures bright ahead. Aaron Rodgers apparently didn't take the vaccine for Achilles problems because he injured himself on the 4th play of the fucking game and now is out for the whole goddamn season.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I smell a retirement.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's either one or two things going to happen. He's probably not going to return, or we might also see Tom Brady come out of retirement and take his spot for the Jets. I've been seeing a lot of those memes this weekend.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Or this week rather. Yeah. That's wild. It was wild.
He refused to retire. God retired him for him.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, game was pretty good. It was fun. I unfortunately was with some folks that wanted to beat the traffic. I did not drive myself, and they were like, the game I think is over. Let's just go home, beat the traffic. And like as soon as we start walking to the lot, the Jets take the lead with a last-minute touchdown, and I was like, oh. And then in the car, there's like the Bills kick a field goal and tie it up to send it into overtime, and I'm like, oh. That would have been terrible to see in person.
All right.
And then the Bills do nothing, and the Jets freaking score on the punt return for a touchdown. I don't know how many, 76 yards or 56 yards or some shit. Super exciting end to the game. And I got to see it on a phone screen in the car on the highway on the way home. Fun times.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought, man, that Bills would have gotten people's hopes up and then completely fucking let them down.
That's not a thing they ever do.
Never, ever in life.
I thought this was funny, though. I seen this tweet right as we were starting to record the show. So apparently there was a bar in Wisconsin. So for those who are unaffiliated in sports, Aaron Rodgers used to play for the Green Bay Packers, Green Bay, Wisconsin. And so they were, they're still a little bit bitter about Aaron Rodgers and his decision to leave and how he left and all that stuff. So there was a bar in Wisconsin that was offering free drinks if the Jets lost the game. And so, like I mentioned earlier, 4 plays into the game, Aaron Rodgers gets injured and the Jets don't really do too much for most of the game. So what do people do? They start racking up their tabs because they're like, there's no way the Jets are going to win this game, right? The Bills are a powerhouse team. The main player from the Jets got injured. So, yeah, they're probably not going to win the game. And then it just so happened that the local news station was filming there at the time. And they're like, oh, check this out. This is a great story. The bar is going to give away free drinks to everybody tonight. Oh, my God. The Jets just won, and everybody just realized they have to pay their bar tab.
Oh, man. They are obviously not used to watching Bills games.
Right, exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a unfortunate story.
Yeah, that is fucking hilarious. Yeah, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it because, I mean, the Jets aren't known for, exactly like taking home trophy after trophy after trophy. So, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have taken that bet and just racked up my bill like that. That sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks for those people.
Nuts.
Sucks for those people.
Oh, man. Yeah. I would never rack up my tab thinking that I'm going to get, like, that's almost a bet right there. And that's not a bet I'm willing to win, willing to take, especially when you're basically betting on the Bills to keep on winning the game.
What? You fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
No. But then again, we're Rochesterians, so
so we're used to that.
We know, we know. No, I'm not taking that bet. Like I'll still just continue, and it'll be cool if they cover it. But I'm not putting all my money on that.
Word. Anyways, moving on from sports ball. Actually, right before we finish off sports ball, just a shout out to Coco Golf for winning the U.S. Open tennis tournament here. Youngest player since Serena Williams to win it. So shout out to her. I'm sure she's a big listener of the show. So we just want to show our support to Coco. Way to do that. And I watch a little bit of tennis. Not a huge fan, but I watch it enough to know what's going on. Anyways, moving on from sports, I know you did this. I'm not sure if this is the one that you did, but you heard about this wild ass story about the Packy One Chip Challenge, and now they're pulling the one chip off of store shelves.
I think I did hear about that. Is that the with the 16-year-old or something?
Yeah, a 14-year-old.
14.
Apparently, they're saying he died, and they're blaming the One Chip Challenge for killing him.
Yeah. So yes. Packy had came out and recalled this chip, right?
Yeah.
And they're taking it off the shelves. I even received when the fuck was that I bought that? That was for episode 100, right?
I think
and
so.
We're nearing 200. So I still got an email from Amazon like, hey, we noticed you bought this, blah blah blah. So, yes, very unfortunate. However, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you probably read into this a little bit more than I did, but this 14-year-old ate like 16 of them at once.
Oh.
This is what I heard. And you could try to look this up while we discuss it. But this was like, there was a stipulation here where it wasn't just like that they ate one chip, because there are kids online that are doing this challenge and are just fine.
Yeah.
It was a very, very crazy circumstance that this kid put himself in, and yeah, he passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems a little strange in general that like that a chip could like cause death. I don't know.
Yeah, unless
I'm
it's
not
a
seeing anything
lotto.
about 16 chips or anything. Just that he participated in the challenge is the official story.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. But from what I understood, he like ate. At least that's what a lot of people were saying, that he ate a bunch of them. And it wasn't just one. Because how would you die from eating something that's spicy?
I don't know. Let's say it says, quote, his mother says she picked him up from high school after a call from the nurse's office saying he had fainted after eating the chip that a friend gave him. When he went there, she was laying down, and I said, "What was the chip you ate?" And this is what he showed me when he showed her the one chip challenge casket box for the 2023 version. Comes in a box, single wrap chip labeled Carolina Reaper and Naga Viper pepper. His mother says he later passed out again at home. Then they went to the emergency room, and that's where he died with no pre-existing conditions, not to my knowledge. So apparently he ate the chip at school.
Okay. All right. There's a lot of misinformation going out there saying that he ate a bunch of them at once. And an autopsy is pending. That sucks. That's really, really tragic. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of people who've been eating these, and especially like this. I think when was this one released? Like this version of it, because every year they come out
they
with
do a new
version.
one every year. I think the one you did last year was the 2022 version, so this is the 2023 version. I don't know when it dropped, but I'm assuming it's early in the year, so probably around the same time that we did the anniversary show. So I'm gonna say like that February time-ish. Might be when it was released, but I'm guessing they sell it throughout the year.
Yeah. Well, I know after I did mine, one came out, and that was the blue one where everybody was doing it and turned their mouth blue.
Oh yeah.
I think that was later in the year or something like that, or maybe earlier this year. They take a break, and then they probably recently released a new one, and who knows? I was worried about eating this chip when I was doing it, because I'm like, I've heard of like people, going into some issues and like randomly a person. I don't know. Here's why it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it seems like somebody just gave him the chip, not necessarily telling him.
That's the part that I don't get, because it does definitely seem like he was given the chip by someone at school, and I don't know if they told him what it was. I've heard that also, but no real details there.
Yeah, the article I pulled up doesn't give any real information about it. It was a lot of people in like comments and shit like that are talking about it and saying that they ate that he ate more than one, but if he was at school, and I don't know, who knows, man. Rest in peace of this kid. It was a weird thing, but yes, Pocky
even if he did eat more than one, like
shelf.
Still, why would a pepper like stomach ache kill you? Like I don't know. I feel like there had to be
there had to have been something that they didn't know about.
Unknown condition, right? They're like, oh, there's no pre-existing conditions. Unknown. There's no known pre-existing conditions, but what's this kid? LeBron James' son the other day like passed out and had a heart attack on the court, right? That's an unknown pre-existing condition. They came out and they said, he has a condition, a heart condition. So that's what I'm guessing probably happened here. There was
probably had like a stomach ulcer or some shit that you didn't know about, or
something. Yeah,
who knows? Yeah, something. So rest in peace to that kid.
So I know I brought it up because I know this is a a thing that you've done. Is this something that'll deter you? If they end up bringing it back, will you still try the one chip challenge moving forward? I mean, we don't do it for like fucking TikTok challenges reasons. We do it because it's good content and it's a challenge in general. Or even if they don't bring it back, you still down to do hot ones and take it all the way to the bomb and beyond?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't. I was more worried about it, and then when I did it, I mean, it was hot.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like unbearable, and I don't know. It was crazy. I was talking. I did it for like 6 minutes. I'm only trying to go, a little while. The bare minimum for them to say, okay, well, you survived the challenge or whatever. And it wasn't anything outrageous. So, yeah, I would absolutely try it again. It actually gave me more of a tolerance for heat. I think that's why I did so much better on, the Hot Ones challenge that we did. I'm a little upset that the bomb Beyond Insanity, like the official one, the one that would possibly like really fuck us up, wasn't included in there. It was the Bomb Evolution, which is a milder version of it. Which makes sense because they probably don't want to be liable for anything like that, right? Yeah, I do it. If we want to do, I don't know how we would get it done. I don't think we would be able to now that Dave's out in California. But I would absolutely do the Hot Ones challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. I would as well. I do want to see if there's a way just like I would still get the full pack, but I would try to find the Bomb Beyond Insanity. Separately.
You can get it. You can get it on Amazon and shit. It would just be the added, cost and shit.
Yeah, because that Bomb Evolution is booty.
Yeah, I mean, it was the pack was fine. I just felt like and it was spicy.
One, yeah.
But that's the one that if you watch the show, that's the one that really turns everything around. Like people are pretty okay until that one hits, and then it's like, oh fuck my life. Yeah,
because that's what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it on the show when we did it. I've had it, and it's just not a very flavorful sauce. Like there are hotter sauces. It's not that it's so hot, it's so unbearable. It's just it's gross. Like it's just heat, and it's like poured on it. And that's to me why it makes sense where that's where most people kind of get thrown off because. Yeah, the Bomb is a nasty ass flavor, and it's just super hot. But I would still fuck around with the Hot Ones challenge. I'm down to do that again one day in the future. I'm
even down to recreate what the fuck I did on TikTok, where I took the afterward, where I took the 4 hottest ones in the pack that I had because some of y'all took some of the sauces. The 4 hottest that I had, and I grabbed the 6-piece nuggets. And
that's right.
Poured them in there, shook them up, and just after the first one, I fucking immediately regretted it. But I'm like, me, it's like I already started, and I said I'm gonna do this. Now I'm about to go all in, and I ate all 6, bro. That shit had me. Oof. That shit was hot as a bitch.
Yeah, that did not look super appealing.
No.
I still have.
I'll still do it.
The what is it? The barbecue one, Scorpion. I think. I brought that home. I still use it, and I still have it, and I use it sparingly. Like it's like 2 drops. You only need 2 drops for this thing. Literally, no more than that. And you good. But no, I'd absolutely do the one chip challenge again. That was fun times. Or not the one chip challenge.
You did the ones? I was gonna say you did it too.
No.
Y'all motherfuckers ain't want to do it.
I did do the chocolate one that you brought. That shit was
yes.
That shit was absolutely ridiculous. I'm a little mad at myself that I did that. I thought it was going to be okay. And it was
for those of you who have started the show later than episode 100, go back to episode 100 where we did the one where we did hot ones. We had a friend of ours come onto the show and ask us questions as we went through the gauntlet. It was a fun time. It was so much fun. It's so damn funny. Kuest got the fucking sauce in his eyes at one point. Like it was wild. It was a wild experience. It was fun.
Yeah. It was a great day afterwards too. The stomach really appreciates eating all that food.
Toilet bowls were painted that day.
Anyways, let's see what else happened in this world.
I'll bring one up. Did you hear our boy Elon? Elon Musk and Grimes welcomed their third child into the world.
Oh my God.
Do you want to know what they named it?
Can it be worse than the last name?
Oh, I think a little bit. I think because the other one, at least, you couldn't really fucking pronounce it. Like I don't fucking remember what it was. But you wouldn't be able to guess this. This baby's name is Techno Mechanicus.
Jesus Christ.
like seriously, like what is the fucking point of doing this?
Why do you do this to your kid? Even
I mean,
not Kardashian Jenner, even Kylie Jenner was smart enough to realize that she was influenced by social media to name her kid Wolf, and like 3 or 4 weeks later was like, I can't name my kid Wolf. Like that's not him. Like that's a bad name. And then she changed it to like a normal name.
Facts. Well, even Elon Musk changed his first kid's name from whatever the fuck QAnon or whatever the fuck he named it. He changed it. I think he changed it to something that's actually a fucking name. But yeah, I don't know. Techno Mechanicus. Why the fuck? So and in this instance, he's rich. I'm pretty sure he's gonna change this kid's name. Probably does it just to
get attention.
Get attention for it. It's probably a very precise reason why he does this dumbass shit, right? But I hear all the time people fucking grown-ass adults that have extremely fucked up names that their parents gave them.
Yeah.
And it's like every single time I hear that stupid-ass shit, I just think like, oh, well, you definitely didn't want your fucking kid to be president.
Right.
Right? Like really, like what future do you think this kid has with that name? Oh, maybe they can. No. They're not going to change things around. And, even, I don't know. It's just very weird when people name their fucking kids these weird ass fucking names. You know how many fucking people name their kids Yandel? It just, and I'm just speaking locally here. Yeah, some people name their kids after this fucking reggaeton star. And yeah, now this kid has to go around
for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life as Yandel Martinez or whatever the fuck. Like, he's gonna be
child naming.
Definitely,
is not a.
Yeah, I can.
It's not.
I can see future politicians and fucking teachers. Yandel.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You never know.
You never know.
They just,
we have no option now.
Maybe they just become a superstar athlete. They're Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner is an actual superstar athlete.
Yeah.
Sauce.
I don't know if Sauce is his actual first name.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say then he was born to be an athlete, because that is the only way that the first name Sauce would ever like make sense.
No, his first name is Ahmad.
Okay, see. I'm pretty sure because they call him Sauce Gardner, somebody's gonna fucking call their son Sauce.
Oh, absolutely. I'm
first name.
sure
Absolutely,
there people
yeah,
have
that's-
already named their children
Yo, that's
after him.
fire. That is fire. I'm calling my son Sauce.
Yeah, absolutely. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just funny. It's just funny when I hear that decision made.
Yeah.
And it's like, why did you reach this decision? But okay.
Let's see what.
But
else
then
we
again,
got
this
here.
is coming from somebody named Joaquin.
I mean,
which is-
Joaquin is a traditional name. Like that's a real name.
Yeah, it's from what I understood, it was somebody told me recently. It was like, I like that name. It's a powerful name. It's like, all right.
Yeah, it is a carries a weight. Let's see here.
Yeah, but it's correlated with Waka Flocka, so I don't know. But anyway,
not anymore. Who the hell? Nobody even knows who Waka Flocka is.
that's true.
Let's see here. Anyways,
Great fun fact. Last piece of news, unless you have something.
now go for it.
Yeah, I thought this was actually worthy of us talking about, but there's big rumors. We're all waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6. You know, there's been, leaks and all kind of shit. We've been anticipating this. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 just hit its 10-year anniversary recently. One of the big rumors right now is that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to cost $150.
Gee, wait, like the regular, or there's going to
The
be like
regular version.
I mean, I could understand if there was like, a special pack or whatever. Like
Sure.
they often drop, but just the regular, no add-ons, no fancy clothes or whatever, packs and upgrades, no special
No.
collector's box, nothing. Just
No,
the plain
and
old
this is
plastic.
obviously this is just a rumor
PS5
because
disc. Fuck
it wouldn't make
that.
any news, because there are already, like, for numerous games, packs that are 120
Yeah,
$150 that include shit like that, and it's like, no, this is just going to be the game. But they're
that.
and it has the internet divided. Some people are saying like it's going to be fucking worth it because of how it's supposed to be a big world that they're bringing out. And some people
Doesn't
are saying, no, fuck that. Exactly. Like you said. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5, when it came out in 2013, was, sold for $60. That's the going rate.
That's what
That's
games go
generally
for.
the going rate. And I saw some, there are some, screenshots of, because people are saying, $70, like, can't believe games are like $60, $70 or whatever. They were saying that when the SNES came out and they dropped Killer Instinct and I think it was Donkey Kong Country, those games were going for the same price. So essentially, if you really want to think about it that
But you
way,
adjust for inflation is like twice the price.
right? And they kept it the same price for a lot of these games for decades. So I don't know. I'm kind of, do I want to pay $150 for Grand Theft Auto? Absolutely not. I don't want to pay that. Do
Yeah.
I understand when at a time where literally went to Wendy's to treat my kids to to not even like meals, bro. I literally got two of my kids. I ordered 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers and 2 4-piece nuggets from Wendy's. Do you know how much that shit cost me?
$32.
No, it was $15 for those 4 items.
Jeez.
Exactly. So if you want to take stupid shit like that into consideration and how people are still buying that shit, absolutely they're going to jack up these prices on these fucking video games, and they know that people are going to fucking pay for it.
That's a weird thing. They will pay regardless of the price.
Right. And the fact that they will pay regardless of the price, because we know that they will, gives them the okay to just hike this up for
That's what
no
they
fucking
call
reason.
elasticity in economic terms.
That's bullshit in Juac terms.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I'm a huge Grand Theft Auto 6 or huge Grand Theft Auto fan in general. I mean, I would have to cop a PS5. But chances are, if I had the PS5, I would groan, mumble, and talk all the shit I want, but I'm going to pay $150 for a fucking game.
GTA 6? Fuck that.
Just to fucking play it.
Yeah, no. We might as well just tack that onto the price of the PS5, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, thank you. I enjoy video games, but I would rather watch you play than to spend $150 on that. I'll save those $150 and just tuck it away for my Vision Pro eventual expense.
Hey, bro. Not only that, but I just remembered. We just hit our 22-year friendship anniversary.
That's right. Yeah, yesterday.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, bro. So yeah,
Happy 9/11.
Happy 9/11. I mean, no. Like that
There's so many bad things
sound
that
right
happened
to the
with
rest of the
9/11.
world.
There was, I don't know if you did. I think I might have sent it to you guys. I think Dave was the first one that sent it to me about the DraftKings had a never forget 9/11 betting special.
Oh, that's rough.
They had to issue an apology for that.
Yeah.
Almost along the same lines as the people last year that had that whole menu, where it was like all the 9/11 themed food items at the Patriots Diner or some shit like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was oh man, yeah. 9/11 sucks. And it's weird because it's like a thing that you want to honor the people that passed, but
Yeah.
it's a tough memory to kind of go through.
had
Even though I
somebody-
know so many people now that either were not alive during 9/11 or were very, very young. So young that like I had like this
remember.
experience the other day where someone like said what they were doing on 9/11 and they were very, very like adamant and very expressive about how like they will never forget this day and how it was different than others. And when they said the story, it was like they were in like grade school and they had, they got escorted from the class and they can't believe that class was over that day. And I was just like, grade school? Jesus Christ. Like,
Yeah.
my God.
I
was in
similar,
college, my
situation
second
with
college
someone-
at the time.
I had a similar situation with someone who wasn't born
Yeah.
when when that went down, or no, actually probably was.
It's been
not
22
even in
years,
grade
so
school.
totally
Was just
possible.
like- was so young that they weren't even in grade school yet,
Yeah.
and and they look at it and they're just like, not that necessarily that they look at it like it's a joke, but like
It's not
they
as
look at it
impactful,
kind
yeah.
of how maybe we look at like Vietnam,
Right.
where a boomer would would look at that and be like, that was a crazy time
Yeah.
in our history, and we just look at it like, yeah, that was just a time in our history book. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Like it doesn't hit as hard, and we are now the ones who lived through it, can't forget where we were when that happened.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, I mean, that's just something I learned in class.
Right. Yeah.
Crazy, right?
In other words, we're old. So love you guys.
You know what? And
Signing off now.
I remember I met you on that day, like literally like the 9/11, However, and I remember what I was doing that day, like all of that stuff. What I don't remember is the fact that it was literally the day after my birthday. Like, like there was no correlation to the fact that it's the next day after my birthday.
Isn't that wild?
I have no recollection of what I did for my birthday or anything like that. Obviously, I mean, not that my birthday was like that important next to like, that kind of event in the world, but like
Right.
I have no recollection of it being like the day after my birthday. I just remember you picking us up. We got high. You went to work like a dumbass at the airport, and they told you, "Hey, there's no fucking work today." Like those are the memories.
Yeah, those were the good memories.
times.
And of course, the
Good times and terrible time for the country.
the bowl with the girl bent over and smoking out of her asshole with the basket. I swear,
Yeah.
I thought I found that again because I wanted to show what that looked like. See if I could find that real quick.
I think we tried to look it up before, and I was never able to find it. It was like a porcelain piece. I remember that.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, good times and horrible time for the country. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. I think is that all we have for news?
Yes, that is it.
All right, you ready to get into some Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Hollywood. All right, so you mentioned it earlier, right? Big fucking crazy turn of events in the in the late show world.
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, who's known for his happy-go-lucky, happy self, like good vibes type dude. He is accused of creating a toxic workplace that includes a bunch of like outbursts and like crying rooms for people to just go into and just like release the their cries and whatnot. But this is fucking, I mean, it's not surprising to me.
I mean,
it is.
It's not surprising to me in the, nothing surprises me anymore world.
Facts.
But it's a little shocking. When I first heard about it, I was like, "What? Not Jimmy?"
Yeah. It's sad that it's Jimmy Fallon for sure.
Yeah.
But we've gone through it with Ellen. That was the first, really.
Yeah.
We've gone through it with Will Smith with the smack heard around the world.
That's true. Yeah.
We've gone. I mean, not necessarily to the same extent, but to a smaller extent, we've seen how The Rock could also be when he's in business mode as well. So that was kind of a little bit of that for me, where it's just like, when he's handling his business, he's probably, and that's not even too surprising, but I honestly didn't expect it from Jimmy Fallon. But now that I'm hearing it, it's just like, yep. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like, okay, here goes another one.
Yep. Here's another one.
Yeah.
Because I really like Jimmy Fallon, yo.
I have this like love-hate relationship with him. I really do like him. I think he's like a genuine nice person, or at least I thought that. there are times where I've been like, all right, Jimmy, shut the fuck up. Like, if you watch him enough, you notice that he
does come off as fake.
he just says the same things a lot, especially like, oh my God, like, I love you. Like, you're the best. Like, he says shit like that all the time. Like, oh my God, I love her. She's the best. Oh my God, yes, I love them. They're the best. He says that a lot. And it's like, all right, everybody can't be the best, Jimmy. Like, you can't love everyone equally. But, oh my God, you're so good at what you do. And it's just like, dude, you oversell it a little too much.
He does do that. Yeah, he does do that.
But it also, like, that's part of his, like, boyish charm or whatever. Like, it seems like he's very genuine with that. I do recall, like, for a long time there was not just rumors, but there was talk about, like, I guess you could call them rumors, of his I don't want to call it alcoholism, but excessive drinking, and you know, and the way that he would act when he started drinking a lot. There's a bar, semi-famous. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was like the after show bar where they would, you know, the folks from the Tonight Show would always go after they recorded. And there was a lot of reports of, you know, oh yeah, if you go here, you could always, you know, you could see Jimmy after the show. And people would say how, like, he would get there and he'd be fucking wasted and plastered and, you know, not treat fans well oftentimes and yell at people. So when this story first popped, I was like, oh, damn, they got Jimmy. And what they said happened. I was, you know, him being very drunk and belligerent on set. And, you know, there was, you know, you had good Jimmy days and bad Jimmy days. It tracks is how I would say, you know, that sucks, but it tracks. Like, I guess those rumors are true that he really is and can be really nasty when he's drunk. I mean, there was, I guess, apparently there was a part of the story where he belittled someone in front of Jerry Seinfeld, and it was so bad that even Seinfeld was like, you should probably apologize to them. Like, you just ripped them a new asshole. Like, relax. And I feel like it's got to be pretty bad for Jerry Seinfeld to make a comment.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry Seinfeld is another one that comes off as, like, very wholesome.
Yeah.
He's probably brutally honest as well, but probably just goes out of his way to not be a complete asshole.
Yeah.
It's just, and you know, I understand that being a celebrity is a lot, right?
Yeah.
All the time, and having to keep up this persona all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're not going to be that person 100% of the time. The only one at this point, though, like, where it would, like, absolutely shock me, if it came out, would be Post Malone, because, like, you know what I mean? Because he seems like a very genuine dude, and you know, that one would probably be the only one to shock me. Jimmy Fallon was one of those dudes, but then again, it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's different when you catch someone off guard.
Yeah.
Or and you hear of something that's like a one-off thing, but when you are accused by your employees of being toxic and creating a toxic work environment, which is what they're saying, that is a completely, different thing. Obviously, he came out and he, issued an apology and whatnot. And, that's what's expected of him to do. But sucks. I don't know. I don't know if I look at him any different. I still enjoy. I don't go out of my way to watch his the Tonight Show.
I've never gone out of my way. I used to be a nightly Tonight Show watcher plus a daily Today Show watcher. Like I used to watch both of those every day, and it doesn't flow with the schedule anymore with the baby. In any way.
I feel you.
And so I just haven't. Not because of the show or the quality or anything. I just haven't found the time to really get it done.
Yeah, and I mean, since it has to do with this, Bill Maher came out and he said that he doesn't know how the classic late night talk shows have survived up until now, and doesn't expect them to be around much longer. Do you agree with that? I think in this day and age with like streaming and less people watching actual like cable, I know that the Tonight Show isn't necessarily on cable. It's, on your basic, what is it, Channel 10, NBC?
Yeah, it's
still Channel 10?
Broadcast television. Yes, I agree with it. Yes and no. I mean, Bill Maher's kind of always been I said it last week, right? Like there's times I agree with him, and there's times that he pisses me off. He's got a point. Just how does any broadcast television stay alive nowadays?
Old people that are used to it, and
there's just a shit ton of people that still pay for cable. Like I know, like a good number of people that still pay for cable, including Dave, and that's part of a story that I was going to bring up in a second, but we could kind of talk about it now as well. Is just how do these things last when so many people are ripping and running? The latest debacle in this space is you probably haven't heard about this because you're not a cable subscriber. I didn't hear about this because I'm not a cable subscriber, and then someone like texted me about it, and they were like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on here?" Disney is in a huge battle with Spectrum, Charter One / Spectrum, and Disney has pulled all of the Disney-owned channels from Spectrum. So the biggest impact here is ESPN, because that's probably one of the bigger cable channels in general, and especially now, football. They have Monday Night Football is on ESPN. Disney's trying to combat that by double playing double broadcasting the game both on ESPN and on ABC, so that you still can watch it over broadcast. But Disney has pulled all of the Disney channels, all the Disney-owned channels, meaning all the FX channels, and I don't know. Well, yeah, Fox broadcast as well, ABC broadcast, not Fox News, because that's not owned by Disney, and of course all the the Disney and the ESPN stuff, all the ESPN channels. They've all been pulled off of Charter. Huge fight there, and like the things that they're asking for, I don't know that they're ever going to come to an agreement. And the Charter CEO is on record as saying basically like, we either get what we want or we're moving on and changing our whole like approach to television. This is like the biggest challenge ever to cable television, and they're basically saying like, if this doesn't go through, cable television is kind of done. The quote unquote future of TV. What did he say? We're on the edge of a precipice. We're either moving forward with a new collaborative video model, or we're moving on.
Right.
So what is it that Spectrum wants? Spectrum wants Disney to basically include Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu for free in cable packages. So if I pay for cable, I also get access to Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu. If I pay for cable and I have Disney in my cable package.
You said Spectrum wants this?
That's what Spectrum is asking for.
They're high.
Exactly.
What the fuck does that have? What does these three streaming services have to do with Spectrum cable?
Yeah, they're trying to treat it like remember before with HBO, or I think it's still the case with HBO. If you pay for HBO, you get access to HBO Go, and and now the Max app, right? So you can log into the Max app with your cable subscription, and if you pay for HBO and your cable subscription, you get access to the Max app.
It's still HBO.
Well, they're trying to do the same thing. Charter wants the same thing. If you pay to have Disney as part of your cable package, then you should be able to get all of the Disney streaming services as well, because it's just on-demand Disney content.
Even though it's owned by Disney and they have that, they have that package going, they would have an argument and a fight, or more of a standing chance of winning this if they just wanted Disney. I would assume. But the second that you throw in the ESPN package and the Hulu no, I'm not giving you all of that. No.
I think it's definitely tougher on the Hulu stuff. Not that there's super big hit shows, because the Disney Plus is pretty much just repackaged things that play on the Disney Channel, except for the Disney Plus originals, like all of the MCU related stuff and the Star Wars related stuff. Those are Disney Plus original exclusives. They don't play those on Disney Channel or on Hulu or anything. Like, you can't watch Loki unless you have Disney Plus. So that kind of content, that's exclusive. That's not, that's kind of different than what you have on. I guess there are Max originals that you get access to if you, that don't play on cable. But it's I don't know. It's similar to the HBO thing, but Disney's like, no, we're definitely not do that. And Hulu, like almost all of their content doesn't play anywhere except on Hulu, and so I feel like that one's kind of dead in the water. And on the flip side, Disney's asking for higher licensing fees, right? They want to get paid more to be able to stream their content on Spectrum's cable package. And of course, Spectrum's like, no, we'll pay more if you give us, the streaming stuff included, and that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, Bob Iger's not going to let that shit fly.
No,
fuck all that. No, we're fucking Disney. You're just Spectrum.
Yeah,
you will just sell to another.
And Spectrum is saying they don't care. They're more than happy to keep moving forward without any of the Disney stuff.
Disney. Okay. All right. Well, since we're talking about Disney, let's see. So, I was trying to bring this up. Let me see. So, yeah, since we're talking about Disney, apparently it's another big rumor that Bob Iger's like desired outcome for Disney is to eventually he will stay a CEO as long as possible, and then at some point sell the company to Apple.
Yeah.
Do you think this would be true? Do you think Apple is even remotely interested in purchasing a company like fucking Disney? I mean, they obviously got into the streaming wars, and they have their own studios and whatnot, and they're fucking pushing out high quality content.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like Apple, in my opinion, is trying to do their own thing. They're not trying to absorb these other fucking companies. They just work with these companies to help them produce its own content. So it kind of seems like left field to want to absorb a company like Disney.
Yeah.
That it already has an expectation of how this company is run and how things are done, for them to then have that pressure of trying to just keep up with with things like Marvel or Star Wars or the Disney movies, Pixar, all of the crazy shit that these people have to keep pushing out. In my opinion, I know you were vocal in our group chat saying that you do not believe that this is true, because you can't fathom that either. But it seems like Apple is trying to prove themselves by producing their own shit. Not necessarily that they're trying to, absorb some crazy shit like Disney.
Yeah. I mean, I think there were rumors that, Apple did make an attempt. And again, not speaking in any official capacity here. I think there were rumors that Apple did make an attempt to buy the MGM library. They at least threw an offer out there, but I don't think they were very aggressive on it. From what was reported, because I agree with you. I think they're really more into, let's just do our own originals. Fuck it. Like and they've been successful at that, just creating everything original.
Yeah, set a new standard,
and not having that kind of back catalog. And I don't know, like at the end of the day, and I think this is what a lot of people forget, both with this story and just in general. At the end of the day, everything that Apple does, with all of these different services that they provide and all these different, streaming options and et cetera, they all are in service of selling more devices. Like that's the point. Like, what can we do to get you to buy more iPhones or more iPads or whatever, and to stay within this ecosystem. And so that's why Apple TV Plus exists, right? Like, it's there to encourage you to keep watching shows that are produced by Apple, because you get 3 months free or whatever when you buy a new phone, and you get all these little perks, and it just kind of keeps it like you keep getting fed by the Apple beast. The Disney thing, like, why? Like, it just makes very little. Like, I get that it's nice to have a content library of back catalog. Okay, cool. But Apple Studios, Apple TV Plus Studios, or whatever they're called, Apple Originals, they don't seem to really want to manage that much content. Like, that's a shit ton of content to manage. And another thing that most people forget about is Disney is way more than a content library. Way more. You're talking about merchandising. You're talking about Disney parks. You're talking about broadcast TV channels. There's this whole like crazy ass chart that shows like how Disney makes money, and it was something that Walt Disney himself, I think, either Walt or Roy had drawn up back in like the 50s or 60s, and then they made another one following after that. But it just shows like the cycle of how like people watch movies, and then they go here, and then they do this, and then they buy this, and they do that, and then they buy this, and then they watch more movies. And that's like the cycle of how Disney makes money. All the different things that they do, like Apple doesn't care about any of that stuff. Like, who the fuck at Apple wants to run Epcot Center? Nobody. And while it's a beautiful experience, It's just not really in their wheelhouse. It makes a lot of little sense to me that they would want to get involved.
Taking a catalog.
Yeah, like for again, maybe they would. I don't know. This is not a stock advice show. We're not financial advisors. We're not lawyers. We don't know shit here. Maybe they would make this move. But in my mind, it seems stupid. I don't know why Apple would ever want to spend so many billions of dollars, because it's not like they're going to get them for the low. Granted, yes, Apple's got tons of money in the bank, but they don't want to spend it. Like, they want to use it for other stuff, like developing awesome fucking new tech. They don't want to spend that shit on this acquisition that's so giant. Like, their biggest ever acquisition to date was Beats for $3 billion. Like, they still haven't gone past $3 billion. Like, a Disney acquisition would be hundreds of billions. It just seems not something that they would do. What's the gain? Like, what's the return? The catalog of Marvel movies and Star Wars? No.
There's no real. I don't see a real plan for that, like, unless
they get all of that stuff for free by just staying partners with Disney.
Right.
Give them early access to stuff the way they gave them early access to the Vision Pro, so that they can create some really awesome, Disney Plus experiences while using the Vision Pro. They get that for free. They don't have to buy nothing. Right. Seems silly to me that Apple would ever seriously consider acquiring the entire conglomerate that is Disney.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't. Excuse me. I don't see that happening. But apparently,
how does that help them sell more iPhones?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
No more computers. None of it. Other than I think people are talking from the sense of the fact that the Apple is moving into the movie and TV studio industry, and they're doing a very good fucking job, but that doesn't mean that they want to fucking take over fucking Star Wars and all of the other shit. And you made a great point with the fucking parks. I didn't even think about that shit. Like, who wants to run that shit? Who wants to hire somebody to really think about running the parks and make
or they sell it and then the parks are no longer run by Disney? Like, that would be even worse.
Like,
all of that.
That'd be,
and then like I said, the merchandising, all the freaking clothes and stuffed animals and shit that they sell throughout the years, just seems like it's way, 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 way too much and outside of the wheelhouse of what Apple really does and focuses on. I don't think that they would go through it just to buy the catalog. Unless for some reason Disney decided we're divesting the entire company and we're going to sell just the catalog. Well, then, yeah, I'm sure Apple will come in and scoop that up. But I don't see that happening.
No, I don't. I don't. Either.
Personal opinion of Jonni Kuest.
For sure. We don't have to dive too deep into it, but fucking Danny Masterson was sentenced to 30 years for rape, for raping two women. I guess he beat one charge and was found guilty on two charges.
Yeah.
And then just to throw some more into that, fucking Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are under fire because they sent the judge, they wrote letters to the judge to be lenient on Danny Masterson, not because they felt like he was not guilty, but the fact that he was guilty, but also, he's a good friend of theirs, and they should and the judge should just, give him a lighter sentence kind of thing.
Yeah, this is an interesting story with this whole drama stuff that came up between them, because there's a part of me where I'm like, if that happened to me, like if there was a good friend of mine who got
you didn't
locked
know that
up
part
or
of
what.
them.
I didn't know that part of them, right? And they end up getting arrested and locked up, and they come to me and they ask me to help write them a character letter so that they don't have to go to jail for 30 years. I don't know.
If it was you, like, I know you. We said it earlier. We've known each other for 21 years at this point, right? And if it came out today that you were getting sentenced for 30 years for raping 2 girls and you were convicted, I love you, bro. Love you to death. Would I be able to write some shit on your character, knowing that you were already convicted, not even trying, like, prior to that knowledge? Then I'd say, yo, I don't think he did that because of this, that, and the third. Absolutely, I would write a letter. However, if you were convicted and and you're just like, hey, for my sentencing, can you write a letter to help me? I'd be like, I don't think I would do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't fucking know this side of Jonni, but apparently he was convicted of this shit. Like, he went to court and they fucking found him guilty of this. I don't even fucking know that I know this guy anymore.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at, because it's not like the letter that they wrote, they didn't say in any way that, like, that he wasn't guilty, or
Right.
that he didn't do these things, or that he wasn't deserving of some sort of penalty. But they, kind of raised up his character as having been a really good person who helped them through a bunch of things, and really discouraged them from one of the big topics they mentioned, both of them, and and a lot of it was how much they kept them away from using drugs in Hollywood, which is a difficult thing to do. It's mostly because of the Church of Scientology he's involved in, but he highly discouraged the use of drugs and kept them away from them, so they felt like, oh, that was a big impact on their lives. That's cool. That's cool and all. But again, it goes back to my first kind of portion of this, is where I was like, would I even, like, could I even do anything? Like, there's, and what's the point of writing this if it's not to help him, get a if you don't think that it's going to help him get a better sentencing or something. I don't know. I've also I seen some comments from some lawyers who are like, all of this is just the thing that happens in trials. There's a lot of shitty people that get character letters written, and he was like, I myself sometimes cringe when I read some of the character letters out loud in court. That people are writing for some of my clients that I know technically don't really deserve leniency, but that's the job to do, is to just try to push for as much leniency as you can get, no matter. I don't know. It's one of those kind of catch-22s in my face, or in my opinion. It'd be a tough place to be, to think like, do I write this at all, and how do I write it, and how much do I try to make them look good without making them look good? But I think they did a bad job at that. And most assuredly, I'm pretty sure they thought that would never come to light of day, and they got caught out there.
Yeah. And apparently, and people are praising Topher Grace because he came out and did the opposite. And it is what it is. I don't know.
I probably would have been like Topher, and
this is a crazy.
Been like, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
I love you, but I hope you work this out.
Hope you figure some shit out within yourself, and that's it. Like, I can't. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to write some shit like that when it's already convicted. Like, you have a lot of fucking. no matter what you did for me, like I don't know this part about you. At that point I can't.
Yeah.
I can't speak on your character when this is some shit that is coming up, like not just one time,
Right.
but multiple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Hopefully Xenu comes and saves you.
yeah, I doubt that. Let's see. Last thing that I have here, you are not too familiar with because you never fucking finished the game, but some rumors on The Last of Us season 2 coming out, but
Okay.
one big character has been rumored to have at least or been possibly cast, or at least a famous actress has been offered the part, and this is the part of Abby in The Last of Us. Was reportedly offered to Florence Pugh.
Ooh.
And I like the casting.
I like that.
I like the casting.
I am aware of Abby from the trailers of Last of Us 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw a lot of those trailers. It was what inspired me to start playing Last of Us 1. I was like, wow, this looks really good. And I never got around to playing Last of Us. So, yeah, I should totally download that and start playing it now.
Yeah.
And we know how that turned out. But I am aware of that character, and I think that would go well.
Yeah, I mean, it's still fresh in my mind. The second game was really good. We've already talked about it in the past. I guess the second game, it's obviously going to be the premise for the next season, but it's a much longer game, so it's going to be split into 2 seasons. So we're going to get 2 seasons based on this. And I think there are some similarities in the character and with Florence that I am not mad at this casting. I think it's a dope casting if true. Yeah. And if it comes to light. Obviously we don't really know because there's a strike going on, and it's going to be a while before we even hear of this coming to light. But I'm just not mad at the casting, and I hope it is true, because Florence is absolutely killing it right now, and she would just make a dope addition to the Last of Us cast. I mean, that's all I really have for today. You fucking with anything new?
Fucking with new. Oh, well, I mean, not new, but I did start the Lioness, Special Ops Lioness. I seen the first episode, and I'm like, yeah, this fucks. I could definitely keep watching this.
Facts. I'm on episode 2 because we just haven't had much time with the kids going back to school and everything, and me starting a new job that requires me to wake up earlier.
Yeah.
We haven't had much time, but we're 2 episodes in, and yeah.
I mean, there's a couple things that are very Taylor Sheridan-ish in that, like,
absolutely.
Things just kind of work out. Like, I was like, oh, that was easy. So I was like, okay, yeah. They just wrote that in there to be real simple. But either way, I'm like, yeah, it's good enough. That it's an enjoyable storyline, and Zoe Saldana does a good job so far.
Yeah, absolutely, I love it.
Yeah.
It's
that's the only thing I can think of that I'm fucking with besides NFL football this new season.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that I've officially started watching The Sopranos because I'd never.
I think you mentioned that on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, I had never. It was one of the shows that I had never seen. Maybe caught like bits and pieces here and there. Obviously, have heard a million times people just bringing it up. But I am officially like watching it, paying attention, and I'm like, I'm already in the middle of season 2. So
nice.
I'm making my way through the classic, you know. And then after that, I promise to make it through The Wire, because that's another show.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But it was tougher to try to watch. I keep saying, like, I didn't see The Wire when it first came out. And so for me, it was like...
Same. That's what I'm saying.
This didn't hold up very good. Like, I don't know if it was just the conversation or just the style of TV. I don't know. All together, I was just like, I can't keep watching this.
Yeah, it's almost like when it comes to Sopranos. I've tried watching it. Maybe now that I think when I tried watching The Wire a while back, I was watching it from like downloaded files or some shit like that that I had got my hands on. Yeah. And so it was the old box aspect ratio from the TV. It. And that that just takes me out of it for whatever reason. So watching it on Max, I may have a better chance of actually getting through it. But yeah, so far so good with Sopranos. So once I get through that, I'll probably go through some older HBO catalog
to all HD.
Yeah. I haven't had any issues to where, I mean, obviously, like, you know, other than me recognizing actors and shit that, you know, they were just mad young at the time. It hasn't taken me out of it completely. Okay. So it's been good. Yeah. Cause lower quality definitely takes me out of it and it makes me not want to fucking watch it.
I know.
Yeah. So
we're spoiled,
but yeah, absolutely.
Even though we were around back then, it's still like, yeah, but I can't watch that now.
No. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna watch that in 720p. What's wrong with you?
Fuck that. Even lower than that.
Right. Jesus.
Whatever the fuck it is that's lower than that. A lot of those shows are in that realm, and no, I'm good on that.
Yes, dear.
Good.
That's what you want me to watch.
Nah, I'm not. I would have to catch that on cable, and I don't have cable, so I'm good on that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Do you have anything to add to this stellar conversation, my friend?
I miss Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. We always miss whoever's not on the show.
Yeah.
You know, the Holy Trinity has to become.
Yeah, the Holy Trinity is right. We all add our little flavor, and yeah, we need you back, bro. I hope Cliff's doing well.
Yes, sir. We'll hear soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I got.
Guys, thank you for listening to the episode this far into it. You know, without Dave, I understand that it's probably like, you know, scratching on the chalkboard, but you know, we got to do what we got to do. Thank you to everyone. You know, obviously, you enjoy the show. If you've made it this far, you fuck with us, so we fuck with you. Remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening, wherever you are watching. Please show your support. Pass along, you know, recommend us to your friends and family if you think that they would enjoy the show, enjoy our humor, enjoy our dialogue. That is much appreciated, because the more that we can grow, the more that we could produce a better show and content for you guys in the long haul. So please let us know what you like about the show. We will always welcome it. Also, if you are trying to support us financially, or what you hate about the show. If you're trying to support us, go cop some gear, man. Go to insensitivemerch.com. Stay drippy with Drippy. Cop yourself some swag and rep us out in the street. So when people be like, yo, what the fuck is that? You go, yo, it's only the dopest fucking show that I listen to. And this is how you get there.
I swear new gear is coming. It's really coming, you guys.
Bro, we say it all the time, but there's a lot of things that we are planning and working on. But we are just 3 guys who are doing this on our free time. We have families, we have jobs, we have all the normal things that you do. We just take a few days out of the week to produce this content, and we do not get paid for it, but we would like to at some point. So please be patient with us when we start talking about some stuff and we don't release it for a little bit of time. It's because we're working on it, but and we would really love to do that. But your help helps us, so we appreciate it. Other than that, guys, we'll catch you next week. Peace. Love you.